2-pounder, 10-5, man. Watch the Goodfellas Sports TV, bro. You guys come from Walker, Wisconsin. Watch Goodfellas Sports. Goodfellas Sports.
Hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you know, you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments you get priority reply. No instantly, that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace. All right, Gary Russell Jr. has some words in boxing scene for Gervonta Tank Davis and how him and Tank could do more pay-per-views than him and Barrios. Let's talk about it. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos on boxing scene. Sean Nam did the article, Gary Russell on financial upside Gervonta Davis fight. It'll sell more than the Barrios fight, so let's get to it. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos, and I'm gonna keep putting it down. So make sure you guys thumbs up the video when you come through the door. Anybody video on YouTube, especially mine. But it says long time 126-pounder Gary Russell is not sure what more he can do to get Gervonta Davis to fight him. After all, the two shared the same manager. Al Heyman appeared on the same network, Showtime. We're both raised in the District, Maryland, Virginia area, DMV. Russell in DC, Davis in Baltimore, in the fight around the same weight class. It does not hurt either that both have traded words over the past couple of years. Most of all, Russell thinks the fight would represent Davis' biggest payday of his career, and conversely, Russell's. In fact, he believes it sells more pay-per-views than whatever Davis put up in his recent opponent versus Mario Barrios. But Davis knocked out Barrios in the 11th round in the 140-pound clash at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Quote, it's not like the fight won't sell, Russell, 33 years old, said on the PBC podcast. Quote, you still fight anywhere, it'll sell more than Barrios. I guarantee you, our numbers will do more than what he just did. Whatever his pay-per-view numbers were with Barrios, our numbers would be much higher than that. Russell, 31, 1-18, however, believes that Davis' inner circle, particularly the promoter of record, Floyd Mayweather, wants nothing to do with him. Russell has long been critical of Mayweather calling Davis. Quote, it makes sense business-wise if you're looking at the financials again, but doesn't make sense if you're trying to protect your investment for the long run for Floyd and Gervonta, because I'm going to burn Tank ass up. Russell said. He said, asked what it would take to get Davis in the ring with him. Russell summarized that it would require Russell to turn subpar performance in one of his future fights. He said, quote, probably for Davis to see me fight and show signs of slowing down or signs of rust or something along those lines. Russell responded, maybe Floyd and them just gotta grow some nuts and say, F it, let's make the fight. Although Davis 25-0 with 24 big ones, is one of the most explosive fighters in the lower weight class, Russell was not exactly impressed by his defense in the Barrios fight. I thought he was a loser, Russell said. He had determination. He had determined to go out there and still get the win, but he was losing. He was down on the scorecards. He needed to hit the guy. He needed to hit the guy and hurt him. This is not the first time we saw Gervonta down on the scorecards. The problem is a lot of these guys aren't defensively sound. They are not technicians. If they were a little bit more defensive sound, and on top of that, Gervonta would have lost that fight. A potential fight between Russell and Davis would probably take place at 30 or 35. Although many believe Davis, who struggled to make weight in the past, Well, I could go back down to 30. Russell was held the 120 WBC 126-pound title since 2015. Has fought at featherweight. For his entire career, but it didn't sound like he had any plans of moving up. However, unless there was a title on the line. Quote, I would love to jump to 30, 35. My only problem is these guys aren't willing to fight me without a title, said Russell. If I jump to 30, 35, there's no reason to forcing these guys to fight me. The fans aren't pushing for the best fight, the best. They're still supporting fights that shouldn't really be supported. Russell's not fought since last February, earning a unanimous decision over Mayweatherv, King Tug. So that's what Gary Russell had to say. And for the most part, remember he said to Fred punk ass that that Floyd called him and said stop picking on Tank. Go look that shit up. It was like a hotel room, and he said, man, Floyd called me to say stop picking on Tank. Go look that up. He said Floyd called me, was like, hey, stop picking on Tank. And it was comedy after that, bro. Pure comedy. So Floyd Mayweather calling fighters to tell them stop picking on Gervonta. You making them look bad and stuff of that nature. And then when they asked about fighting Gervonta, Gary Russell, Floyd got to take over and take them. I told y'all, man, Floyd is the epitome of these Black Lives Matter people wearing Gucci. These Black Lives Matter people supporting Joe Biden still. You know what I'm saying? He's the epitome of that. The epitome of that. They want to act pro-black when somebody gets shot or killed, but the other 24/7, 364, they want to still be tap dancing. I've been telling y'all, man, Floyd. Every time Floyd fought a nigga on the prize level, he had some trouble. I'm gonna pull up his box record in a second. Every time he fought a Negro, to my knowledge, he had trouble. Floyd had a fear of fighting black fighters. If it was Devin Alexander or not wanting to fight Timothy Bradley, you go on and on and on. Whatever it was, whatever melanated warrior was, the ones he did fight, he had trouble. He had big trouble. You know, and I'm trying to tell y'all, man, he doing the same thing with Gervonta. It's just reassurance. It's just reassurance that he has a phobia. I don't even say it might be a phobia. He has a fear of fighting black fighters. There's a fear there. Cause he know, man, he know they gonna get up in that butt like a wedgie. You know, but you look up at his box rec, other than like Andre Berto, which that shouldn't even been counted. This nigga really should be 48-1. Cause McGregor, you know, come on, McGregor ain't got no boxer record. Okay, McGregor ain't got no boxer record. Berto ain't been shit in a long time. So really, he should be 48-0. You can make a case he should be 47-1 because a lot of people think Madonna won that first fight, and like a couple people think he could even won the second fight, even though I thought Floyd clearly won the second fight. But you go down, man. You go down ever since he had a title, or this has just been on that level, man. He ain't fought nobody, bro. Angel Manfredi, Carlos Rio, Justin Juco, Giorgio Vargas, Emmanuel Augustus. That was a tough fight. He had a tough fight versus brother. That was at Cobo. They ain't call it Cobo no more because Cobo was racist mayor, Detroit shit. Yeah, he headlined at Cobo. You know, he had trouble with him. Kevin Kelly said he told him that if he can punch, he would have been in trouble. Diego Corrales. You know, Carlos, every type Spanish niggas, man. Chavez, Castillo. He had from. A lot of people thought he lost the first Castillo fight, but he had a bad shoulder. He still went in. Philip Nundu, Chop Crowley almost, he hurt him. Henry Brussels. Another Spanish cat. He fought him in Miami. Nobody showed up to that fight. Gotti, Shaba Mitchell, great story. He fought in Portland. You know, people say Floyd ain't fight all over. He probably fought all over the country majority of his career, just when he got on that level. You know, he knocked him out with a body shot. Zab hurt him. They technically dropped him. So Shane Mosley rocked him twice. So man, that's why he fought Spanish niggas, because he knew he had the advantage. That's why low key they were saying there was a rumor going on, I'm not saying it's true, that he didn't really want to fight Amir Khan. You know, that he said he ain't far from the best, man. you know, you talking about other guys ahead of him who fought niggas, man, and made it look easy. Okay, but that's just people's personal opinion. He didn't want to fight the brothers. Because he knew, man, after his athletic gap, you know, after the athletic gap, he would have been in trouble. Especially at 147 pounds, man. Oscar in his prime would have beat him. Real talk, man. A lot of people would have whooped him. He had problems like niggas like William Joppy. You know? Of course, you're the best defensive fighter in the world. You didn't fight nobody. You didn't fight nobody. Yeah, man. Come on, man. But he doing Tank the same way. They can make their highest. That's a huge fight down there in the DMV. I mean, even if they went to the Barclays Center. Even if they went to the Barclays Center, that's still a huge fight. Because, you know, Al don't really deal with Madison Square Garden. That's really like what Bob do. But a lot of people's asking, do they still got to deal with the Barclays Center since Joseph Tsai bought it? Shout out to Joseph Tsai, man. Give me a job, man. Show me some of your technique. Yeah, Joseph Tsai bought the Barclays Centers and bought the Brooklyn Nets. And, you know, he owns the Barclays Center, so that was, you know, with Miguel Progovoff, whatever his name is, that was part of their deal. But man, like I said before, man, it's just to the point where they now just showing him who his true colors is. They dodging Negro fighters. And I told y'all, man, Floyd can't be the best. Nowhere near the best. He didn't fight the Negroes. You know, at least Duran fought Iran fucking Barkley and moved and took a risk and beat his ass. That was after Thomas Hearns slept him. You know, just damn random shit. Marvin Hagler fought a tough John Mugabe, beats Mugabe and beat the wheel out of him. Sugar Ray beat Thomas Hearns early on. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya probably robbed Purnell, but at least he had the balls to fight him. Fought Shane. I believe him and Shane fought twice, didn't they? Shane turned around and beat up Zab Judah. He did lose to Miguel Cotto. That's when Miguel Cotto was a fucking machine. That's when he was a machine. That's when he was a fucking machine. Yeah, he fought twice. Split decision and unanimous decision for Shane. And then Shane still turned around and gave Vernon Forrest a fight. And a lot of y'all Negroes don't know. A lot of y'all boxing fans don't know that if it wasn't for Shane giving the opportunity, wouldn't be no Al Heyman as we know it. Vernon Forrest is the one that went up to Al Heyman and told him, "Give me that fight." And I was like, "Shit, I don't really like do boxing." And then somehow, you know, I think Aretha Franklin or somebody like that told him like, "You'd be happy to have Al Heyman in your life." Y'all don't even know Shane didn't give that nigga that opportunity, bro, and he knew. Shane knew Vernon Forrest had his number, and he still fought him. He knew Winky Wright had his number because he fought Vernon Forrest in the amateurs and Vernon's beat him. In Worcester in the Olympic trial semifinals. He knew he had his number. I think he might have beat him multiple times in the amateurs. He knew he still fought Vernon Forrest. Rest in power to him. He still fought him. He still fought him. And ironically enough, Vernon Forrest lost to motherfucking Ricardo Mayorga, I believe it was. Cause him and Kakazazu got my favorite Olympic amateur fight that I seen. That fight was badass. It's on YouTube. Go look it up. Vernon Forrest versus Kakazazu. Yeah, he lost to Ricardo Mayorga, bro. That shocked everybody. Got stopped in 3, and then Mayorga turned around and won the majority decision. He just had his number, and they fought the second time at the Orleans Hotel in Vegas. You don't see too many fights there. You know, that's what the big three having a thing today. But Mayorga just had his number. Mayorga had his number. Mayorga had 3 losses, a draw leading up to that. But I'm telling you, some of all the great fighters that y'all rank Floyd ahead of. I mean, yeah, they fought tough and real fights. They fought Negroes. You know, and it was tough. And it was tough. Win, lose, or draw, they took the chance. They took the chance. Floyd didn't take them chances because every time he took a chance, A black fighter understands his rhythmic movement. He doesn't have that, not just say athletic, he just didn't have that slick and athletic advantage. He didn't have that advantage. And once you speak that slick language, he couldn't out foot speed nobody. He couldn't just outpoint somebody and get out the way. He couldn't make those mistakes when he fought a Zab coming off a loss. Zab out his prime. Well, Zab didn't come off a loss. He had surprise between. He couldn't make that mistake like he made with Chop Curl. He could be over with a Shane Mosley. He couldn't make those mistakes and still not pay for them. Like I said before, it's the reason why he didn't fight Alexander. He didn't fight Bradley. You know, he didn't fight Keith Thurman, Erislandy Lara. That's the reason. He didn't have no advantages. Canelo load up on everything, so that was best for him. He could just, Canelo ain't really no athlete or athletic fighter or slick fighter. And let's put it to the way, when he fights somebody like Floyd, Trouty struggle. If Floyd fought those same competitive guys that speak that language, that motherfucker might look like Canelo. Like he did versus Canelo. He might look like that. He fought guys who understood his perpetual movement. That's why he didn't fight those guys. That's why he didn't fight those guys, because they understood, they spoke his language. But let me know what you guys think. But with Gary Russell and them, man, they ain't gonna make that fight. They ain't gonna make that fight, man. Even though they're on the same side of the street. And then Crawford got signed PPC. Crawford got signed PPC to get the look. It's guys like Gary Russell who can't get a fight. So let me know what you guys think. Check the box news playlist out. Don't forget me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media link subscription. Twitter's the fastest way, and Facebook's and Instagram. Facebook group link there as well. Advertise business channel, chop it up, whatever it may be. Links there, Facebook group, all that's there. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.